Hello and welcome to the SC300 presentation of NetBox. NetBox is essentially a networking toolbox for beginner and advanced system admins and sysadmins and network admins. So first, we've logged in and we're on the dashboard. We'll do a host discovery. Let's see what's on our computer network. And for our presentations, we have a Metasploitable 2 computer on our network, which has a .4 IP address, so 192.168.100.4/24. So let's actually scan that computer. So we can scan it. We can scan the computer for any vulnerabilities. So do that, scan that computer, and we can actually see NetBox going to work with Nmap and scanning that computer. And host discovery essentially is just scanning your entire network and finding all the computers on it and creating these buttons. To activate these buttons, remember you have to press scan computer and input that IP address. We can see that Nmap is done. And then we can click this. There we go. And presents us with a full HTML page of how the computer is doing. So in this case, we can see how FTP is open and it's a state of open. And we can potentially actually hack this. But first, let's create some users for future use. So first, let's create an admin user. Let's call him Ryan. Give him a password of 123. And a general user, which a general user can only host scan the network. Let's call him Derek. Let's call him 456. There we go. Great. So those users can later log in and actually use NetBox. Help content is just showing the man pages, the manuals, the about pages, who developed, and our disclaimer. Great. So first, to use these later buttons, we have to do exploit computer, Wireshark scan, and scan network verbose. But first, let's do Wireshark scan. We can create a small PCAP file. A PCAP file is essentially all the information regarding the packets in between your computer. In this case, it's a loopback. Loopback is just your computer talking to yourself, so obviously there's not going to be anything on here, and for demonstration purposes, there would be nothing on here. This is a closed network, so we can close it. Okay, close it off. And later on, if you want, you can import that file. And then if we wanted to, we can close, close, close. Great. Now I have to do sudo, which allows us to be in the super users. Then we log in again. And if you did that network over verbose, in this case, it takes too long, and I don't. Well, we can't show that because we have a limited amount of time. In this case, if you press scan network verbose, it'll run that entire host discovery scan and scan computer for each computer. So if we wanted to look at the statistics of the network, we have to import the JSON file that it creates. So I have to go to where that JSON file is. For this case, we have a network verbose test.json. Finish importing, and it shows the entire network statistics. Great. So now we can do exploit computer. Remember that this is essentially testing if that computer is vulnerable or not using the Metasploit framework. And this is the Metasploitable 2 IP address. We're going to select FTP because we saw that previously that it was open. We can actually click exploit. Great, it's exploited. We close this out, and we can actually go back to our downloads folder. We can actually see attack results for 192.168.100.4.txt. Perfect. You can actually see that, yes, NetBox was able to exploit this IP address in that computer. It said it was successful, and these were the selected IP address, or excuse me, the selected port, operating system, and this is the exact exploit used. As we can see, that computer is definitely not secure, and it is vulnerable. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys.